have to vote your conscience and have to vote for what you think will make this a better place.
And that philosophy on voting carries over to Lou Kennedy's commitment to her work and the community. She is president and CEO of Nephron Pharmaceuticals, a major global company based in West Columbia. She's also a major force in the community.
I turned 50 a couple years back, and since that big birthday milestone, I really have focused on what could I do, not only in job goal, but also in the community and for other young ladies and children who maybe don't have as many opportunities as I had. So I'm trying to make a difference. I'm way too involved in probably way too many things, but it's good to give back, and it's especially good to give back in your hometown.
Kennedy grew up in the Midlands, and she never shied away from working in a, quote, man's world.
You know, my name is Lou. My parents wanted a boy. I had a blue nursery. Maybe they knew I'd end up in a man's world. You know, that maybe was foreshadowing. And then I had a professor and also advisor at USC. She would counsel me about what classes to take and say, Lou, you can do anything you want to do. Just put your mind to it. And I'm forever grateful for her encouragement.
Lou Kennedy started at Nephron by building the sales force, and that effort expanded the business very quickly.
By 2007, we were in all classes of trade. So that means we were not only calling on hospitals, but also big box retailers, physicians' offices, and so forth. So my husband said, you've learned so much about this business, and I'm really have the desire to slow down a little bit. And he said, would you think about taking over as CEO, and we'll make this a woman-owned business and involve his daughters as well? And I said, sure, I'm happy to do it. Never met a challenge I didn't like, so that's how it happened.
She faced what she called a steep learning curve at Nephron, a company involved in the manufacturing of generic and over-the-counter drug products and medical devices.
I jumped right in. You know, at that time I knew the word assay and I knew it was a test, but I needed to know what were we testing for in our labs for assay or osmolarity or other things, and I had to learn that really quickly.
Home base for Nephron Pharmaceuticals used to be in Orlando, Florida, but you moved the company to West Columbia, South Carolina. Why did you do that?
We bought the property and the plan was to expand in Orlando. And I was struggling with a $90 million expansion at the time, just trying to work with the permitting office there. So I thought of the old days when I had friends in economic development here, and I thought, I wonder if that would be a good thing for South Carolina to bring jobs and help the economy. My parents, you know, are living here. And so I made a couple of phone calls, and buddies in economic development said, now, Lou, if you're kicking tires to stir it up in Florida, we won't help you, but if you're serious, we will. And I said, no, I'd like to know. And Commerce here had folks in our building within 2 days, and that was in August. We made our announcement that our expansion would indeed occur in West Columbia by October.
And the company has operated in West Columbia ever since. It has continued to grow under Kennedy's leadership. In 2010, she and her husband Bill made a donation of $30 million to the University of South Carolina for pharmacy innovation.
In the pharmacy school of the past, perhaps focused mostly on retail pharmacy work and clinical pharmacy work directly in the hospital. We want to show that you could work for a pharma company, you could work in formulation, regulatory, compliance. There's so many things that education is well suited.
And as someone who leads a major company in the field, Lou Kennedy defines leadership broadly.
If you would visit me at the office, you'd see me working alongside everybody in that plant. Now, some say that's not a good way to lead. It's just the way that I do it and the way that I know. So I like just working together with everybody there, and I feel like we are a team. It's not about employer-employee. We work together on a team. I've always been like that. My father was that type of leader. Maybe he mentored me that way. So I think hard work needs to be modeled.